Hey everybody, it's the coach. This is a special edition of the Divisional Round Playoffs on EA Sports. Up next, we've got what ought to be a great matchup between the Green Bay Packers and the Minnesota Vikings. With that, we send you up to US Bank Stadium in Minneapolis. Standing by our commentators, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
One of two spots in the NFC title game awaits the winner here as we're underway in the divisional round of the NFL playoffs. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. On 1st and 10, here's Rodgers. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. A bad start there. A big loss on their first play from scrimmage. It's 2nd down.
It may be cliche, but it is something that holds up over time, doesn't it? If you're the visitors, you don't want to let the crowd in the game early.
Yeah, and that's exactly what they did there. But you said also this defense, they're going to give them a lot of looks like we just saw there, aren't they?
They certainly are. They're a proud unit, and they're going to ride the momentum of this crowd with them, and that's why they got after them early. One thing we do know, he's going to get his catches. So as they move forward defensively, got to continue to focus on not giving up the big play when he does catch the ball in the secondary.
Complete to Jones. And he'll be stopped at the 27-yard line, well short of the first down marker.
There's an example of good situational football being played by a defense. They understood where the 3rd down play was, the down and distance, and made sure that they didn't get anywhere near that, bringing up 4th down.
Yeah, they were sniffing out that marker, didn't want to let him get close to there, and now a likely 3 and out to start. Yeah,
I love the way they rallied to the football, got to him, and made sure they didn't give up much run after catch.
Cousins and the Vikings with a 1st and 10 at their own 22. They start the drive with Cook. They find some open field here. A big play there out of Cook. 69 yards. Well, welcome to the party. First carry of the game. How about that?
And just think, as far as he's concerned, he's just getting warmed up.
And perhaps now close to the first points of this divisional round game as it's 1st and goal. Cousins to the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Yeah, that one sailed on him. You've got to make sure you give your receiver a chance to come down inbounds because they are very gifted. They'll make the circus catches, but if they make them out of bounds, that does you no good.
On 2nd and goal, Cousins, and he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. From 8 yards out, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. One of the keys to their long winning streak has been scoring first. An ideal drive right there, getting the first 6 points of the ball game.
Do you go back to our meeting with the offensive coordinator? Remember what he told us?
Absolutely.
With some teams, I script to probe in the early part of the game. Other teams, I script to attack. They've been in attack mode for these ball games and continue that in this one.
That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Now this offense about ready to take over again. And for them, maybe a little carryover from last week's game. They got the win on the road in the wild card round. On the road here again in the divisional round, but they're hanging tough.
Hey, cue a little music, right? Roll that on the road again. I mean, this has been kind of the mantra they're under right now, and they can't change it. The season dictated what would happen with them, right? They had to go on the road for the first round for the playoffs. They're on the road again, and sometimes teams get really comfortable with that. Not only the
Now Jones is hit. He lost the football, and the Vikings pick up the football. And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line.
The psychology of the game never ceases to amaze me because you would think there would never be a fumble from what we hear from coaches all the time, right?
And how much they practice not fumbling.
Practice it, preach it, talk about it all the time. You would think no one would ever turn it over. Yet they are humans out there running around, and we just saw another one.
Opportunistic by the defense. A tale of two extremes. First carry, he went for a bundle. His second goes backward.
And how many times have we seen that happen? Because you get that big carry, and you come back and you're all fired up, and sometimes you force a run a little bit, right? Trying to break off that big carry again, and instead it works opposite.
Check safety, check safety.
On 2nd and 11 now. Cousins. And Diggs has it. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. That's a good chunk of yardage. It's going to be canceled out.
And we always talk about hidden yardage in a game. That's going to count as that because now it doesn't go on the books, but now they have to make that up again, don't they?
To throw is Cousins. That's to Dalvin Cook, his running back. It'll be a gain of 15 on the play. And that's going to bring up a 3rd down. And just in general, Charles, on a play like that, how tough is it for the defense to account for a running back essentially being a receiver downfield?
It's very difficult, especially if the running back has skills like a receiver, and you're aware of that before the game even begins. So throughout your practice sessions, you're going to want to be aware of him. Where is he lining up? What can he do? What kind of damage can he do to us downfield? And who can match up with him without weakening our overall defense? You're exactly right. It's a tough task to match up to him.
On 1st down, Cook. He takes it to the 15. A nice display of power. That gives him a nice pickup. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. Throwing on 2nd and 3. Cousins. It's complete to Diggs. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. A 15-yard touchdown grab. And the Vikings are going to widen that advantage.
Great field position has to be one of the best friends an offense can have. When you don't have very far to go, you should cash it in with points.
Tavecchio good on the extra point, and it's now 14-0. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Tavecchio. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points. Get that 0 off the board. Rodgers on target to Valdez-Scantling. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. The Packers with the football here to begin the second quarter as they've got it with a 2nd and 3 forthcoming. The Packers with the football here to begin the second quarter as they've got it with a 2nd and 3 forthcoming. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
Anthony Barr got a real education at UCLA in playing not just his normal position of stand-up outside linebacker, but down defensive end. So he had to incorporate a variety of moves, take on bigger people. So he learned great leverage while he was there. That really helps him when he's trying to stop people running the ball.
Born in South Bend, Indiana. Thought about going back to go to Notre Dame, but you're right. Great career at UCLA and now a great career in the NFL.
They had enough yards for the 1st down, but a clutch hit right there defensively. Jars it free. No 1st down.
Come on, fellas.
And now out comes Minnesota. It's been a good first half so far. They're up 14-0. Points here, they could really put them in command before intermission.
Yeah, and it's all well and good what they're seeing and how they're feeling right now. But this is the NFL. How many times have we watched 14-0 leads evaporate and quickly? So how have we seen them combat it? Continue to run your offense, but don't back off at all. Don't start looking at the clock. Don't start thinking about, hey, just take care of the football. Keep attacking. Usually the best way to maintain control.
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20.
Let's get off the field.
from the pistol. They run it with Cook. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. He'll get 15 and a Vikings first down.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
They run again on first down. Cook. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Let's talk a little football 101 here because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on first down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
On the ground, it's Cook. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down. That's some good tackling there to keep him short of that yellow line.
Yeah, defensively, all I'm thinking is that on that play, get me to 3rd down. Get me into a position where I can make one more play and get my defense off the field.
And he brings this up to the 46. Good enough for the first. Couple of first downs to kick off the drive. Here's 1st and 10 up at the 46. On the run, it's Davis. And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down.
He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Here we go. Strong right.
They'll try to throw now. Cousins. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
It is tough to complete passes against zone defenses. The windows that you see open, they shrink pretty rapidly. How about being able to hit a moving target against a zone before the next guy can get there and make a play on the ball?
Not easy for any quarterback, no matter the situation, and there the defense won the battle. Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete. Had to pass there, 3rd and long on your own side of the field. Just couldn't come up with anything.
That's why teams always talk about having to win the early downs, meaning you've got to gain yardage and set yourself up for 3rd and short, because when it's 3rd and long, the odds go down significantly trying to pick up the first down, even throwing the football.
And they will get to this one and down it at the 13-yard line. Marching back onto the field now, Devontae Adams and company getting set to go. They've got to be thinking, how can we get him a little bit more involved here? 2nd quarter, you're down, and really, he's been out of the mix.
I would agree with that, and oftentimes you hear, well, we're just taking what the defense is giving us, but sometimes that's just not good enough. Sometimes you have to take what you want, and that means getting him the football.
Yeah, so far just a single catch in this game. Throwing again on 2nd down. Rodgers got an open man. It's Valdez-Scantling. And down he'll go at the 25. 1:58 left to play till we hit halftime. We remind you, as we've done all year, that coming up at halftime, we will visit with Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll let you know what's going on here. On a very nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Danielle Hunter, his 2nd sack of the night.
Well, someone's been up to the task so far in this game. They are already up a couple of scores, Brandon, and guess what? I think they're just going to pin their ears back now and get upfield, get after the quarterback.
Been such an impressive first half to get that lead. And they'll get 9 there as that sets them up better for 3rd down. Rodgers now to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Danielle Hunter bringing the pressure yet again. That's his 3rd sack here tonight. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. That's taken on the 25. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. That'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. And the Vikings now heading onto the field. And now consider the lead. The question is, how much is good enough? Are you going for more?
It's the NFL. There's never...
And the pressure too much that time as Cousins goes down. Zadarius Smith, credit him with a sack as he buries him for a loss of 10. So now 20 yards to go on 2nd down after the sack. Work to be done. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts. as it'll come with 36 ticks to go in half number 1. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after first and second down went backwards. It's third and very long. Cousins going deep for Diggs. He's got a man complete. Touchdown, Vikings. Stephon Diggs, 79 yards. And the Vikings are going to widen that advantage.
I heard a coach talk about those late-in-the-half scores, especially ones that give your team a pretty decent cushion. He said those could be the ones that could finish off a squad if you let them.
Yeah, they've got the cushion. This half has been theirs. Extra point up and good by Tavecchio. And that makes the score 21-0. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Tavecchio. That'll be taken in the end zone. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee, and they'll bring the football out to the 25. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here, or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
So we've come upon an abbreviated halftime show as we get rolling to quarter 3. A trip to the NFC title game hanging in the balance. Second half action back underway. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. Out come the Vikings. They'll have it first on offense as we begin the third. And they have made this look easy. I mean, there's not supposed to be anything easy about the NFL playoffs, but this lead, yes, they're at home, but this has been impressive.
And we hear all the time when upsets happen, teams go on the road, that maybe home field advantage isn't all it's cracked up to be. But you and I both know the reality is teams really fight hard to get it. Why? You don't ever have to change routine. Everything's familiar going into the game. It makes things easier, and that has paid off for them in a big way in this contest.
On second down, it's Cook. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield.
And that's what this defense is going to need to do more in the second half. Good pressure that time, forces some indecision in the backfield. He's going to wind up being taken down for a nice loss.
Receiver. Hey, Alpha.
On third down, Cousins. This is Johnson. He's got it. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. 13 yards as the Vikings pick up the first down.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
Kevin King coming up from the secondary to make the play.
Yellow.
On second and 9, Cousins. Open here, Adam Thielen. And this is going to result in another first down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 41-yard line. Boy, the evolution of the game and how these guys on plays like that can get out of the pocket, keep plays alive, it just makes things so much harder for defenses.
It really does, and we're talking about an era in the game where the quarterbacks are the most athletically gifted that we've seen in a bunch. I mean, when you talk about collectively, it's unbelievable. So their ability to move is practiced now. It's not necessarily, oh, he just took off and you guys figure it out. When he takes off, everyone knows where to go now. They know how to run routes, change things, make themselves presentable for the quarterback. It's a lot of time that they put in on it. It's not just your static 1, 2, 3. This is where the ball goes anymore.
Cousins going to come up on a 1st and 10, and he's 4 for 4 now, throwing the ball to start the drive. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4. 6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. They run it again with Cook. And, he's going to be brought down by the face mask. Here come the flags. This is going to get him a first down.
Defense.
Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
And he's going to get this back to the 3-yard line and no further. Call it no gain on the keeper, and it's going to bring up a third down. From the 3-yard line once more. Now here's 3rd and goal. They'll try to punch it in with Davis. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. This defense bending but not breaking. It's a gain of 3. It's now 4th and goal. The offense is staying out there. Here we go on 4th and goal from the 1. They'll run for it. Cook. And I don't think he got in. He didn't. He's stoned at the 1-yard line. Well, they knew who to turn to on 4th down. Their horse, they needed the short yardage. He just couldn't get it.
And that's a surprise because normally that's bread and butter for them, right? Hand it to the big guy, let him go, pick up the first down. Didn't get it there. All credit to the defense. Usually, even if they know he's coming, he can't be stopped, and they got it done on that play.
Let's go. Let's do this.
Well, he challenged the play. It did not pay off.
And that means he lost a time.
Fighting to get back to the goal line. I don't think he got there. He did not. Did not get back there. It's a safety. And the safety there, another mistake, and these mistakes just keep piling up.
How many more can they make? They put themselves in such a massive hole now. Going to be difficult to dig out from under.
Yeah, for sure they can't afford anymore at this point. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. This will probably be the last play of the quarter. They'll run on first down. It's Cook. And for one of the first times all night, he is going to go nowhere as they bury him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down. 1 quarter remains for a trip to the NFC title game. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. On 2nd and 12, Cousins going deep for Diggs. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Jair Alexander. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And okay, all right, I'm being facetious here, but you get points, you feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. To throw again, Rodgers. This one to the right, caught by Valdez-Scantling. In the wild card game last week, he had 4 catches, and now he has his 4th catch here. You cannot write these guys off just yet, not with a quarterback like that under center.
You mean it actually crossed your mind with him running the team that you could actually maybe write this game off?
Not yet.
Not a chance. Not with him. We've seen it too many times.
And he's out of bounds just before the midfield stripe at the 49. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. 2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down. Rodgers going to throw. And that's complete to Adams. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. The throw over the middle, taken in. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down. 4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. Again, they'll throw with Rodgers. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's third down. The Packers on third down. 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This will be 3rd and 6. Rodgers to throw once more. It's caught here by Adams. And boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to 4th down. A critical one here if they're going to have any shot at this thing. So they'll go for it on 4th down. Throwing now is Rodgers. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Packers unable to pick up the first. And the Vikings defense is going to get the football back. On first down, Cook. He'll take this up just shy of the 40. Excellent display of footwork on that run. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. They run with Cook. He's been busy tonight. He's got the first down and more past midfield. And all the way down to the 33-yard line. A gain of 28 yards there and give him a first down.
I know that play went to the left side, and that's what it was designed to do, an outside handoff there. But how about the whole offensive line being in?
Cook strip, the ball's out, and the Packers pick it up. And to the 40-yard line, that's where the return stops. So the defense there, opportunistic.
It's nice to give them credit, isn't it? Because so many times it's more a matter of what the offensive guy didn't do. Didn't secure the ball, didn't cover up. In this case, let's just give credit to where it belongs. Knocked it free, made a big play.
It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Throwing is Rodgers. The connection made. It's Graham. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down. Throwing is Rodgers on 3rd down. You got the big lead defensively, willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
Here's J.K. Scott now. He's been one of their few bright spots so far. And problems spreading to the punt team now. This one goes all the way into the end zone on the fly, so that'll come back to the 20. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And a few kneel downs should come very close to finishing this one off, depending on whether or not we see any defensive timeouts. They still have 2, but using them would just be prolonging what's really already been decided. And they'll get 8 out of this before being stopped at the 28. Line of scrimmage, the 28 now as they come up on 2nd and a couple. They'll keep it on the ground. It's Cook. A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29. The good run on first down followed up by a not-so-good run on 2nd down.
Now let's find out if they're going to stick with the run here on 3rd down. A lot of people would love to see some play action here. I say go with your best running play over your best blocker.
And he gets it to the 32. Good enough for a first down.
Someone's been having a good game so far, and you know something? A lot of it's been power running. They decided to turn him loose again on 3rd down, didn't they?
They did indeed. He delivered the tough yards from the 32 now. Here's 1st and 10. Throwing is Cousins. That one into the hands of Thielen, complete. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. And what are the whistles for? Timeout. So they'll stop the clock here in a game that's been decided in the closing seconds. They go play action here on first down. Flushed out right. Going deep for Diggs. And it's incomplete. They're still throwing to the very end. But now this game is over. And they're moving on to the conference championship. How about this?
What a tremendous feeling to get to the game that can get you to the Super Bowl. A fantastic season. Unfortunately, for the other team, a tough, tough way for it to end.
So that'll do it for us. For my partner, Charles Davis, and all the hard-working men and women on our crew, I'm Brandon.